It's crazy to think that the RDO season is almost over. I mean, I feel like I was just here a month ago talking about PTM and how that was a great format. And honestly, RDO was a good format as well. All considered, it was quite a phenomenal season overall. I think Weebs really delivered on the concept of a capstone set. It did feel like a legitimate event, you know, the 3-year anniversary of the game. We had all these different kind of things. We had curios in the set. We had CSR spirits that went for a lot of money. We had support from almost so many different decks, so many different reprints and different kind of things. And it was a really good set. It was a really good set. The quality in that product, just the product design, the box itself, the packaging, all of it was just such a special product. And I remember many people being impressed by that product, even different players, TCG players from other games. They would see it at the store and like, this is a really luxurious product, it's a really premium product. And that's always nice to see. I mean, GA also had this with the recollection decks. They've always been very special in that, and they really do a good job with their aesthetics and that kind of thing. So yeah, competitively speaking, it was a bit more of the same. You know, Diana, we still had Diana, we had Seryu, we had the usual suspects, you know, here and there, Gambu here and there. But what's really kind of the new player on the block, the new kid on the block, was Wind Crux. And Crux for the longest time has been played as a fire Crux deck. You know, especially if you remember the DTRs and all that. But it was interesting to see it pivot. And the card we have most to thank for that is obviously Ayala. Ayala has been a fantastic card. And I remember seeing that card in the spoilers, I was like, this card is really broken, you know, someone's gonna break this card. And it didn't take much time, eventually people did break it. Played it in Seryu, played it in Windcrux, and any level 3 deck that could possibly justify playing it did. And in Seryu specifically, it's absolutely terrifying. You could loop the Fate Stone of Heaven, you could loop Uther, you can do so many different things, and it's so powerful. In Crux, obviously we have the Prismatic Edge, so we do those kind of shenanigans, play with the opponent's memory, banish their stuff. So yeah, that was very interesting. We also had the Rise of Oblation. Oblation has been a meta deck for a while, but it really cemented its place this format after the pastiche it. And RDO also helped us bring Jin and Razorgale into the forefront, which was really cool. With Razorgale, we had kind of the Bandit package, which was a very interesting thing, an interesting addition, and obviously we have the Essence Crucible, which, to be honest, I'm surprised Razorgale was allowed to have that, but fine, that's a discussion for another day. And Exia got Seething Intercession. Jin had a really good card, and we had a new Fantasia, Transfusive Aura, and also we had Dynastic Whirlpool. So different decks, so many different decks from across the history of GA got support, from Lorraine to Jin to Arisana, Razorgale, Arisana. But yeah, it was really interesting to see, to be honest, and we had like ebbs and flows of things. So yeah, the competitive season overall was really good, and we also had multiple ban lists that really shaped it and kind of phased out problematic cards. Going Prestige, we had Ranger Strides finally gone, and then we also had the introduction of Proxia's Vault cards that really, some of them were more successful than others, like the Mantle of the Abyss change was really cool. We haven't seen much results with it, but it really made Mantle of the Abyss a much better card. We also had the new Rai Proxia's Vault card, in Endura I think it's called. We had the tweak to both Reciprocity, to Norris's sword, and Clarent, Lorraine's sword. One was a buff, one was a debuff, and they were both justified, to be honest. I was personally very excited about the to Norris buff. That was really cool. That card was really good. Reciprocity now is a really solid card. And then we had the seasonal ban list. So obviously the introduction of the seasonal ban list, that was a big change. Again, very divisive. I had my own thoughts about that. And so after watching the interview with the devs with Main Deck Dan, most of my worries have been mostly put to rest, let's say. I'm still a bit iffy about banning a whole deck, but overall I'm fine with the decision. I think it's gonna make for a much better metagame with not having to deal with Oblation, neither Seryu, neither Ascension loops, basically. But yeah, let's see how that pans out. Obviously, Dante is gonna be a big champion coming up. That's gonna be a really big, potentially game changer. I think that is a champion we will see become meta relevant. I think especially given the amount of cards he's received and the different ways he kind of can be played, you know. So I think we're leaning right now to Water, and I think it's going to be a Water engine, Fractal engine that will support the level 3, level 4, etc. whatever we want to play. The Exia form, obviously. So that's going to be interesting to see. We've not seen much about Lorraine yet, Arcane Lorraine. I'm personally a Lorraine fan, so I kind of want to see how that's going to pan out. I'm not too big of a fan of Arcane, but I mean, the concept is cool, you know. So as a set, I also want to talk about the reprints. So RDO brought us so many good reprints. Most of the relevant, meta-relevant Divine Relics, DCR, Quicksilver Grail, Lost Providence, Looking Glass. This was really big help for newer players, budget players who were not able to access either old cards out of stock products or any expensive cards in the past. We had Dream Fairy, Asen. These cards weren't very expensive, but they were a bit hard to find, and they were like $5-6. Some, I think Dream Fairy was like $5 or $6 before the reprint. And Windmill Engineer, you know, all the different cards that really needed an accessibility boost basically, and they all got it in RDO. And I personally saw this in the newer community I was telling you about the other day, Lebanon. So obviously we built a new community in Lebanon. We have newer players there. And obviously, as you know, Fractured Crown is out of stock. Factorize is an expensive card, like $20 rare. And you couldn't really get it unless you had someone who could get you access to singles, FTC singles, which was almost near impossible, unless you're going to buy from a single store. So in that sense, we got a reprint of Factorize in both the main set and the event pack. So that was a massive boon to any Water player. Also Mordred, you cannot forget Mordred. Mordred was a massive push that kind of revived some, like, the hope for newer players, especially you get access to 4 dungeon guides out of the box, you know. You get 2 RDO packs, which are so much value in them as well. You get sleeves, you get a whole deck. Unfortunately, the deck was a bit weak, relatively weak. Its strategy, it didn't work. It was like a race to turbo to 3 to 0 influence. It's just, you go to 3 and you lose influence, you can't really do much. The deck is not solved yet, which is very unfortunate. But however, it's a cool deck, especially if you're playing at a lower level, at a casual level, you know, at your locals. It's fine, it does okay. But yeah, now with the PRD season, I'm really looking forward to seeing what decks take the forefront. Obviously, I think Gembu is going to have a really good time. It's going to be, I won't say uncontested, but I think it's going to have a really good time. You know, like, Gembu has not been touched, and it's always been a contender that's like around the corner waiting to just dominate, you know, and it's just been checked by some other decks, especially win decks, check Gembu. And now with the new season, with Oblation gone, Serio gone, and Windcrux gone, I think Gembu is easily going to be a top 3 deck. And we'll see how Dante and Arcane Lorraine fit into that, but yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to As of the Paradise PRD. I don't know what I'll be playing that season. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how things pan out. So once we have the full set revealed, we'll see how that goes. I want to see some results. I think Dante is going to have a good showing, honestly. I think Dante is going to be a very viable deck, but we'll see. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about the season. I think overall it's been a very positive season. It's been really fun, really diverse. The product has been rewarding, the pricing has been rewarding, you know. Overall a very good experience. And yeah, looking forward to PRD. So yeah, thank you for watching. Liking the video as always helps, subscribing even better. And let me know your thoughts about past season RDO and the upcoming PRD season. Thank you so much. See you next time.